The time has come when the fullness of the gospel, the fullness of the eons, the fullness of the pleroma, the secrets of the regions of the Father and the Son universe, all beings and intelligences that operate or reside in it. The time has come when these things are to be revealed to man and woman during this stage in their probation period here on this planet. The veil of limitation will be torn away little by little. This is to be given to us all in this transition period from darkness to light. As you probably have noticed, there's a lot more discussions about UFOs and other beings. Conversations that would have had men in black suits at your door just a couple years ago, or definitely you being laughed at or ridiculed. This sudden change actually makes it easier for me to speak of the unseen, knowing most people are now forced to expand their understanding of our world and beyond it. The fallen have their servants both in the physical and the unseen, that work to prevent the true unfolding of light within man and woman and the system as a whole. But let's focus on the unseen. When we reveal the parable of the seed to you for the purpose of the regeneration, both physical and spiritual, I was well aware that there would be stumbling blocks placed before the individual. The fight against the urges of self in the day, and when night falls, the fight against the unseen in other realities that will affect your seed's progression in this reality. Elementals or any other unseen form from the order of darkness have their one duty, and is to make sure the seed does not rise. They will do whatever it takes to prevent the regeneration of your physical eternal body and eventually the unfoldment of light within you. Because once that light goes on, they can no longer rule you, which is usually done through fear. They can no longer rule you in that reality or this one. But our ancestors used words of power to repel unwanted energies or beings in their space. Here in the third dimension and other realities, it was also used as a form of protection. But to understand the realm of the unseen when it comes to language, we must understand vibration. Nothing rests, everything moves, everything vibrates, and language is no exception. The Kabbalion, the principle of vibration. This principle explains that the difference between different manifestations of matter, energy, mind, and even spirit result largely from varying rates of vibration. From the all, which is pure spirit, down to the grossest form of matter, all is in vibration. The higher the vibration, the higher the position in the scale. The vibration of spirit is at such an infinite rate of intensity and rapidity that it's practically at rest. He who understands the principle of vibration has grasped the scepter of power. Psalms 98:4. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all the earth. Make a loud noise and rejoice and sing praise. The esoteric meaning is calling for you to raise your vibration through sound and music. But what makes it more potent depends on the language which is being spoken at the time. Certain divine languages have stronger connection to light energy, specifically Hebrew. Hebrew is a fire language, primal fire, not gross fire. Its first form was telepathic, then written. Most of the original written language was taken away during the time of darkness to keep it from the lips of the profane. But now knowledge of the lost language is being revealed. Keys of Enoch 1:10. I was instructed to use the Hebrew fire letters, sacred energy sounds, and thought forms of light to connect with the intelligences of the Pleiades and Orion, unifying all crystalline languages of the third eye as to open the template of the mind for the eternal light. The spiritual man is to understand that this grid is formed by the languages which create horizontal, which is Egyptian and Chinese, and vertical, Sanskrit and Tibetan energy patterns. These in turn are activated by the divine vector Hebrew. What this means is certain languages can reach into higher densities, higher planes, or connect with higher beings of light energy or intelligences beyond the third dimension. There are 5 sacred languages: Egyptian, Chinese, Sanskrit, Tibetan, and Hebrew activates the other 4. Out of the 5, Hebrew is the only one not popularly spoken. As I said before, most of the ancient language had been taken away, not to be confused with the newer variation of Hebrew spoken by the so-called Jewish today. Letters have numerical value, and when they are combined in words, they have power. The power in words is based on the numerical value of the letters, and the combination in which they are used, the sum is the level of vibration of light connection. Every word is a number, and every number is a word. See the table for the value of the Hebrew letters. Hebrew is a fire language, primal fire, not gross fire that burns, but the one that creates. It is connected to the Father universe directly and to the third dimension, but it maintains its spiritual light quality. Earth, air, water, fire, spirit are the 5 levels of the transition of light or energy. Earth being the lowest, spirit being the highest. The original Hebrew tongue retains its high vibratory level even in the physical plane. Take a look at the chart to further explain earth, air, water, fire, and spirit by the elements. Starting from the lowest, carbon is earth, physical. Oxygen is air, spiritual. Nitrogen is water, spiritual. Hydrogen is fire, spiritual. And the spirit is the triple flame, the primal fire. And it's this triple flame that the Hebrew language embodies and maintains its connection. Even when men and women are in their fallen states, the connection to the Father universe stays the same in this language. As I said before, Hebrew in its original form was a telepathic primal fire language. The first creation, as described in Genesis 1 and 27, was Adam Kadmon, and this was a pure spirit body, no flesh. The first man, meaning man and woman, was Adam, as described in Gen 2 and 7. Those people were created from the dust, and the holy breath was put in them, and they were made living souls. This is you. Adam the dust man was a copper-colored skinned brown race of people. He spoke to the Father in Hebrew and taught his children Hebrew by speaking and writing. Seal portion. But as I have previously explained it unto you, many of these things have been lost in translation and corrupted by the works of men. And the language in which Adam wrote these things unto his children hath been lost from among the languages of the world. And it was in this tongue that Adam learned from the Father. And it's this tongue, even the Adamic tongue, that the Father speaketh unto those who hear his voice. So in order to follow this language or follow this tongue, we have to follow the family tree from who it was first given unto. Now look at the family tree of Adam and Eve in your King James Bible, 16:11.